Hi! So I really wanted to do something like a bit more different with this video. I am shutting up for a week about growth and healing and doing something a bit more chill. I've always, since before I started getting tattoos, loved watching like all these little tattoo tours on YouTube. Yeah, it feels like a full circle moment, and I feel like the little 10-year-old me that like always wanted tattoos would be so happy to be like, she got all the tattoos that she wanted. I counted my tattoos barely. I only have 17, so not a lot, but I think I have enough for a tattoo tour. At the end of the video, I also just kind of wanted to give like some tips, what to do before an appointment, to be prepared for an appointment, a trick that I have for literally having the most painless tattoo experiences like ever. First, like a little disclaimer. I got most of these tattoos when I was in college. I was a full-time student. I was working full-time. I was entirely just funding my own tattoos, okay? I know tattoos aren't for everyone. There's also people that don't like bigger tattoos. They like the small ones, dainty ones. Those are all really nice. I really love all styles of tattoos. If you don't like my tattoos, please don't let me know. I mean, go ahead and let me know, but I mean, what's it gonna do? They're on me forever, please. So let's get right into it. Before we even get into the tattoo tour, this may or may not be being filmed on a different day. I just have the memory of a goldfish, but I wanted to mention the tattoo artist that has done every single one of my tattoos. Her @ is Hannah Darkheart on Instagram, which is where you can find her. I'll link it in the description and the comment section. But yeah, she has done every single one of my tattoos except for one, the lucky on my neck. But other than that, yeah, I love her. She is so kind, so gentle, and it's always so much fun to go and get a tattoo by her. Okay, so let's start with my most obvious one, which is my chest piece. I have an iris flower piece, and in the middle I have a little like Goliath beetle. This piece I love so much. Obviously it's like the main thing people see on me, and I was very like going back and forth between getting such a big piece because it's big, and you know, jobs and careers and whatever, everything that people worry about when getting tattoos. But I always knew that I was going to do something creative, and a lot of, you know, creative fields don't really care if you have tattoos. And the pain scale for this one, maybe like a 5 out of 10. The next one is going to be my stomach piece. I love my stomach piece. This one took 2 sessions. Also, my chest piece was 2 sessions. Sorry, I forgot to say. I love how dark it is. Like, I just love my stomach piece so much. I got this after I saw a quote that was something like, "Hope is the bird that sees the light when the dawn is still dark." That could be completely wrong. But that quote meant so much to me, and I really, when I saw it, I was like, how can I turn this into a tattoo? And then I thought of, okay, like what about getting a crow like rising towards a little star, and then obviously adding like leaves and everything to go with the rest of my tattoos. And then I have a little crescent moon that's like in a gradient art style, whatever, behind it. Yeah. So this would have been another 5 out of 10. It's not really a sensitive spot. Maybe at the ribs it was a little bit, but overall 5 out of 10, just like chest piece. This like area, like it doesn't really hurt. I don't know. Okay, so moving on to the arm, we'll start top to bottom. I have a little stag beetle right here. I love bugs and I love to look at them, and I just always knew that I was going to have bugs on me when I started getting tattoos. So this little stag beetle I have here, and then I have a cicada here, right next to each other. They're buddies, if you can't tell. This, one of my least painful, maybe like a 4 out of 10. The cicada, I want to say maybe a 6 out of 10, just because the skin in your inner arm is pretty tender. This is so funny, but I actually named my stag beetle and my cicada. The little stag beetle I named Lane after Lane Staley from Alice in Chains, which is my favorite band of all time. And then the cicada I named Kurt after Kurt Cobain from, you know, obviously Nirvana. And I just love both those artists so much, and I was like, I need to name my little bug friends their names. But yeah, moving on. So right here I have a little quote. It reads, "With peace always." This was my first tattoo ever. So if you would have asked me, I would have been like, oh, this is like a 9 out of 10. Now this would have been like a 1 out of 10. So back here, I have a little alacran, or like a scorpion. Is that what they're called? With a little quote next to it. I was born in Durango, Mexico, so, and this is like the state symbol or whatever. So yeah, I really like that one too. And then this is just a little filler piece. I wanted to do an elbow piece, but I realized I didn't have enough room because these came after this, I want to say. Next would be the raspberry branch that I have here. I'm gonna say this one was maybe around a 6 out of 10, just because right here on the inside it hurt a bit, like on the inside of my elbow. Okay, and then my second tattoo ever. I do remember like the order of like my first, second, third, you know, after that it's all a blur. It would be this little butterfly that I have on my inner arm. This was around maybe like 6 out of 10. I think I remember it hurting a good amount. And this is my bigger piece. This is the first big piece I ever got. It wraps around my arm. And healing this was so annoying. Having to clean it, maintain it, have it covered even though it was so hot where I was working. Like, yeah, not easy. This was done in 2 sessions as well. I want to give the pain scale for this one probably like, I'm not even kidding, maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10, like the rest of them. There's just not much sensitivity on the arm at all. And then going down, I have the little word free fall right on my wrist. At the time and to this day, one of my favorite songs ever is It's Called Free Fall by Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I really recommend it. Anyways, I have a rhino beetle on my hand, and very much like my chest piece, I was very like, ooh, getting a hand tattoo is risky. I don't know like if I'm gonna want a professional like career like in an office, or I never am. Yeah, the closest I'll ever probably get to working in an office that I hope I get would probably maybe be a production company, and a lot of production companies don't care about tattoos. It's a creative field, whatever. So we're done with that. In the back of my right arm I have a little pine tree. I got this after I came back from my first ever solo trip to Washington, and then in my writing I got a song lyric of a song that I had on repeat while I was up there. It's a song by Ben Howard, and the song is called Oats in the Water, another one of my favorite songs. There's a lyric in there that goes, "Go your own way, I'll take the long way round, I'll find my own way down." Obviously, as I said, it was my first solo trip, and during that time I was in between jobs. I had just gotten my film degree, I had finished school, and I was so burnt out. I had family asking me, when are you gonna come back? Are you gonna come back? You need to come back. Like, you just got your degree, like you really need to come back and see it through here in LA. You need to do this, need to do that. And I was just so tired and overwhelmed by it all. I remember I was with a friend up there, and we went to these mountains that were down near the Oregon state line, and there was a bunch of evergreens there, and I didn't have any service, so for once on that trip my phone was silent and there was no questions, and there was just me, and I was listening to the song, and I remember thinking like, oh yeah, like I will find my own way down. I'll find my own way down back to California when I see fit, when I want to, when I'm ready. And yeah, that's why I got that tattoo. And my favorite part about the tattoo is it has the date of that day written in somewhere in the little leaves. I'm sure you'll be able to spot it. But now I have a little circle behind my ear. It's like inspired by a little quote in my favorite book, The Book of Secrets by Deepak Chopra. I talk about it all the time, whatever. And then I have a little quote on my arm here. This quote says, "The earth will remember you." I think we've covered it all. I think I have this arm, this. And then my neck. This is my newest tattoo. So, I have the word lucky. my sister was getting her first tattoo and I was feeling left out. I hadn't gotten a tattoo in like a year. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Don't get me wrong, I like it. It just doesn't go with a lot of my other tattoos. And yeah, I don't love it. So I hit up Hannah real quick and I was like, I sent her a picture and I'm like, I need to add to this so that I feel like I love it. And she did great. I mean, we added this little fern. It goes all the way to the back of my neck. And it's my favorite thing ever. And I'm so glad I got it. Those are all my tattoos. I only have tattoos on my upper body. I don't have any on my legs yet. But I really want to think through like a nice like, maybe like butt, hip, leg, like a big piece on the side of my hip going down my leg. Now for the tips. If it's going to be a big tattoo, please eat a good meal. You do not want to be hungry while you're getting a needle literally stabbed into you repeatedly. It sucks. It's not fun. Obviously, don't consume any alcohol or caffeine if it's a bigger tattoo. No painkillers for the pain of a tattoo. Don't do that. Those are all blood thinners. You're going to bleed way more. Believe me, you are. Unless it's a small tattoo. I'll drink coffee before a small tattoo, maybe like a little quote or something. Not a big deal. Take water and take a snack, especially, again, if it is a bigger tattoo. There are so many times when I didn't take a snack and I did feel very hungry. Also because I'm like, for an entire tattoo, I'm yapping Hannah's ear off. I am talking, so I need water. But my biggest tip of all, I would do a 20-minute meditation every single night for a week leading up to the tattoo. When I tell you, this is the reason why my pain scales for my tattoos is like a 5 out of 10. Mind over anything. Your mind is the most powerful thing, and that is not good. It is not good. Your mind will stop you from so much, but it will also make you believe that you're in a lot more pain when getting a tattoo than you actually are. The second that I begin to feel like, oh, my heart rate is picking up, I am beginning to like get like the sweaty palms or whatever it may be, the pain, the adrenaline is kicking in, I automatically fall into a meditative breathing. So 3 breaths in and then 4 out. And it is like the most relaxing thing. Just remember, it's all temporary pain. Once it's done, and you forget about it right away. Why do you think people become so addicted to getting tattoos? Because the second you walk out of there, you're absolutely obsessed and in love with the artwork on yourself that the pain means nothing. I think for me and a lot of people that get tattoos are a form of art. They are art. They're going to live as long as you live. Once you're gone, they're gone with you. And I find so much meaning in that. I have always loved leaves and bugs and all these little critters and wise words, and I love music. All these things, I wanted them to not only exist within me, I wanted to decorate myself with them. It's something I've always wanted as a child, and it makes me so happy and feeds me so much creatively to look the way that I do. Yeah, I am just so grateful to be covered in everything that I'm passionate about, everything that I love. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you liked it. Bye!